And this Blanco here, I'd have to say it's on my top list. I'm very picky. I had uh, a very good teacher, which his name's actually on this other.
Hey everybody, this is Aaron Bancroft. I'm here with my really good buddy. His name is Paul Hernandez, and we're here to support our product, which is right between us, and it's a tequila brand, Blanco, called Blue Barrel Tequila. Um, we are the founders and owners of this product, and we're trying to reach out to Houston locals to let it be known that it's out on the shelves at Specs. So you can go to the downtown Specs, which is on Smith Street, and I believe it's on the shelves starting a couple days ago. So this is that fresh of news. But in the meantime, I know these are gonna be clips, right? So, Paul, why don't you tell us about the Blue Barrel Tequila we have right here? This Blanco, this bottle, maybe this particular bottle.
This particular. Well, hello everyone. I'm Pablo Hernandez. I'm actually the creator of this tequila. I'm also a master distiller. Right here, what we have is Blue Barrel Tequila Blanco from the Highlands of Jalisco. Um, it's very good. No, no, it's honestly, I'd be a hypocrite to say that my tequila is the best. It's honestly, it's one of my passions. I love making tequila. I've been making tequila for probably the past 11 years. And this Blanco here, I'd have to say it's on my top list. I'm very picky. I had uh, a very good teacher, which his name's actually on this other bottle. He was the other master distiller that helped me distill this product. But this right here, we have 8 year mature agave. We also, it comes from a single estate. We have access to all the plantations, so it's our own agave. I personally, I'm one of the people that takes the sugar samples when we harvest.
Obviously, it's Blue Weber agave, right?
Yeah, Blue Weber,
Hence the Blue
Tequilana
Barrel.
Weber. And that was one of the things kind of where the name came about. Long story short, we cook for 24 hours, let it sit for 24 hours. Within we ferment. Fermentation takes about 5 days. After the fermentation, we distill and bottle. Obviously, the second distillation of Blanco, and this is done in Arandas, Jalisco. So I encourage you guys to go out and try some Blue Barrel. And it's a funny story how Blue Barrel started. Yeah, it just was at home one day here in Houston, actually, because I travel back and forth from Guadalajara to Houston. And one day I was at home. I don't even know how this came about, Aaron. Uh,
We were both going through some rough times. It's
but I
just
don't.
rough times in our
Yeah, but
lives.
I don't know
That's
if
all.
I called you, you called me. I have
Don't know
no
how that
idea.
happened. No, I just hadn't hung out with you in a while, and it was past due, and we decided to hang out.
Yeah, somehow Aaron ended up at the house, and I think wow, you left like at 2 in the morning and something. We just started going crazy, talking about our things, how we were doing. Long story short, we ended up, I don't know how we ended up with tequila. And, I made
I
tequila
was
in the
asking
past.
you. I said, "What are you gonna do if all you know how to do is make tequila?" And you're like, "Well, I got to make more tequila. I just got to keep going. I gotta. That's it. That's my passion. That's what I know how to do. I went to school for it, So we can't stop.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think that's how it all happened. And then from there, we just started drawing
Yeah,
and keep
I,
coming up with
me being the
names.
entrepreneur in several different businesses, he's just like, well, maybe you can, help me scale this thing. I know how to make this stuff. Let's get it out there and see what happens. And it intrigued me, and I found it to be a one-time opportunity to be a part of a actual product, a tequila product. Since I'm gringo, I have no business bringing, here I am selling tequila. Who would have thunk it? Um, so that's kind of how it went about. Yeah. Uh, One question I get a lot asked, which I asked you the other day even, and I wasn't clear, but my I have a response I used to give to people, but they're always questioning what that number at the bottom, nom, the NOM number at the bottom, what does that mean exactly?
The Nam actually, I encourage people to actually look at their tequila bottles, and everyone, not everyone drinks, but people drink tequila. If you've drinking, you don't have, you're not planning on stopping anytime soon. I'd say I suggest you educate yourself a little on what the products you're drinking. So what the NAM stands for is actually the distillery. If you look at the back of any tequila bottle, it would usually say the NAM. We kind of enforced it right in the front. So, we're proud of our NAM. We're proud of our tequila, additive free, mature agave. So we know what we're doing. We have no reason why not to share the NAM right in the front. But you could typically, searching the NAM will give you the distillery. It'll give you more or less the equipment they use, the process they do, whether they take visits, tours, things of that nature. So it's very intelligent to see, and if the product makes, it'll tell you how many brands that distillery is making, and you can kind of get an idea when it comes to like additives, commercial things of that nature. Obviously, if a brand makes 100+ brands, just some
You're gonna
common
see that
sense.
nom a lot.
No, well, no, not necessarily just that, just common sense. It's like your liquid is probably being used, with several other brands.
Right.
At that point, if several other brands are using your liquid, you're producing more of a commercial grade because you need thousands of liquid, thousands of liters, opposed to making normal batches and just maintaining one lot. They need to meet demand. We're able to sustain. We're just starting, but we have plenty of agave to help us out for the future. That was we prepped, and the most important thing in my point of view is your agave, your prime material. That determines your product. Obviously, your distillers have a great role in it, your equipment, but most importantly, it's your prime material, your agave. And in this actual case, um, before my previous brand that I distilled, this here is actually we got kosher certified to make sure there's and
For
let
all the
make
Jewish
people.
people.
Yeah, we had there was a rabbi that came by the distillery. I mean, it's kind of weird when I explain that, but it's just people that aren't aware of, you know. And but yeah, we came down to the distillery. We had to cook, heat up water at certain temperatures, clean equipment at certain temperatures,
Excuse
the
me.
whole spiel. And it's interesting because you learn about that, and then they bless the product, and so you're at another higher level than just saying, oh, we're additive free. So got the certification, we're gluten free certified. So as far as healthy, we got to check on that one.
I can't do it any other way. My stomach can't take all the damage.
Yeah, no, and I tell people, you know what, a good tequila, you ought to be able to drink it at room temperature. First one never counts. And I tell that because you're introducing alcohol into your gums, your cheeks, all that. So any tequila, bourbon, whiskey, they're all going to be strong at the beginning. Second one, third one should keep getting smoother and smoother. If it's not getting smoother, go with your gut feeling. If you drink two, three, four, and you're still making that ugly face, it's probably change brands. Go with another. And the idea is to drink tequila. If you're doing know what you're doing, it's quality. Uh, you should be able to drink at room temperature, and it shouldn't bite. You should actually enjoy the product. Even your drinks, it'll enhance it more than the norm. So, and I'm sorry to go wild crazy on that. It's what I do. That's
Excellent.
I'm not a sales guy. People say you're a good sales guy. I was like, I couldn't tell you how to be a sales guy, but I know what I do, and I'm good. I know what I'm good at.
I'm not a sales guy either, and that makes a good partnership, I guess. But what I'm saying is, I could not sell something I would not like myself. I don't even like tequila until lately, and it was because of a lot. We talked about this on the other podcast. That I got a bad taste for tequila early on in my life, and I just stayed away from it. So getting back into it, I really needed to make sure, and Paul made sure I made sure that it was a good high quality tequila that I could actually stand behind, as quality and taste, because I wouldn't be able to sell it otherwise. That's just the way I am. So I'm glad. I'm glad for you making this product the way it is, so I can
Thank
able
you.
to sell it because I drink it. I drink it at home now. I'll make my own little cocktails at home, little custom cocktails that I like ranch water. I've been making some good ranch waters lately, and that's a really good base for that kind of drink. I'll tell you what. But we have some future, and I know we have time, small amount of time here, but I know for the future we have some plans that we're going to do to carry this product even further through ready to drinks, but also through, am I correct on añejo and reposado really
Yeah, well,
first?
recently I was at a distillery, at a whiskey distillery, looking at some barrels, things of that nature, to also play with things. Yeah, I'm just a person that likes. At this point, I enjoy what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah, it's
with
great.
I've played with from whiskey barrels. I had a tequila, 7-year-old tequila that was aged in wine barrels, and then I did a double cast when it turned 7 years 2 months into a whiskey
Ooh.
bourbon barrels. That turned out amazing, very complex flavors. I had a 10 year in strictly whiskey barrels. That also turned out
You
pretty
turned me on to a
amazing.
lot of amazing
So
tasting tequila while I
it's
was there in
just
Mexico with you.
it's just
The first
getting
time.
and knowing, we know a lot of the producers, we know a lot of the master distillers.
Yeah.
It's a very small circle. You pick up a phone call, we can get into most distilleries. And it's a matter of just knowing what they're doing. And if you do a good process, it's just introducing people to good tequila. Everyone, like you said, has that thing in their brain that's like it's spring break, poof, shots, 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 and people have bad, it's just bad memories. But I tell people, you drink tequila like you shoot it. Why don't you shoot whiskey? Why don't you shoot vodka? If you did that with whiskey and vodka, that would be your American spring break and
Exactly.
not your Cancun.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So, the idea is to enjoy it. And you're shooting it because you're not enjoying it. You're
Right.
able to make a product that you can drink and enjoy. Drink two, three, four of them. You
Well,
know.
that you can bring the point up that because it's an English name. I mean, it's not in Spanish. Blue Barrel, and that's kind of showing that it's made for gringos in a way, but it's also sold in Mexico, is it not?
Yeah, so we have it in a few restaurants in Guadalajara.
Uh huh.
But right now, most of this, what the whole idea with this, try to change the American perspective on what they're used to drinking. This in Guadalajara, we have this in some of the very high-end exclusive restaurants, high-end clubs. We have this at the beach, at the local bars. So it's more of a for everyone.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. We do make premium tequila with this, or since we're wholesalers, we figured, what, there's no need for all that profit. Let's give some of that to the people and let them, be able to enjoy a premium tequila at an affordable price. And this, I believe, at Specs, which should be at your Specs downtown now. I think we're a shelf of 39 or
Somewhere around
38,
hovering around
38,
40,
39.
somewhere, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
know under 40, I
Is
believe.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, under $40. So
We'll find
a
out here
lot
in a
of
minute.
people in Mexico even told me, I was like, "Why you're selling premium tequila? Why are you selling it under $40?" And figured we can. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's been a standard set. If we can do it, anybody else can. So why not? And let people enjoy something of quality.
So Houston, get behind this product, man. This is your product. It's made from native Houstonians,
Absolutely.
brought here, but genuinely a real tequila from Mexico. So grab on board, Houston. Let's take this. Let's let the world know that Houston can produce a product that's worthy for the rest of the world to enjoy.
And believe me, you guys will enjoy it. Like I tell everyone, look, I will promise this will not give you a headache or a hangover.
No.
What I can't promise is that you won't wake up drunk. It's happened to me before. So, but you will not have a hangover. That you should never have a hangover. And
So I would suggest we give it a shot. You go to Specs downtown, buy a bottle, give it a shot. Literally, give it a shot, and
we'd love your feedback. Follow
absolutely.
us at Blue Barrel Tequila.
Make this your own tequila, Houston.
We're starting. We're new. It's a new brand. The first stop was Houston. We're local. We're trying to grow this organic, and Houston's one of the best places for that. We embrace Houston. They embrace us.
Too many times
And
Houston gets the
so
doesn't get the recognition.
Why
it
don't we
deserves.
just have a drink right now?
Absolutely, that's a great idea. If we can maneuver around these big.
Yeah, we'll figure it. We'll find a way. It's
Absolutely.
tequila.
That's it.
You know what? Here.
To Houston.
To Houston.
Well, we need to give some to
yes.
our buddy over here.
Where's the other cup?
Yeah.
We're slightly.
We got one more buddy in here.
He has a slight break here. Slight break. There he goes.
Oh, okay.
All right,
There
we
we
took
go.
care of him. We took
That's
care of
right.
him. Sorry. I
So
apologize.
hopefully you get to see us out there and around Specs and other places, and come say hi to us.
Please
To you, Houston, and to Blue Barrel.
enjoy responsibly. Salud.
Enjoy.
Salud.
Salud.